the first stage of our web development without laptop, we're able to install Koder app and create our first HTML and CSS file. In the second stage, we're able to write our HTML and CSS code. Now, in the third stage, we are going to write our JavaScript code, where we'll be talking about the function, we'll be talking about linking our HTML, our JavaScript to our HTML. Now, I would like you guys to stay tuned, and also don't forget to subscribe, like, and comment. Also, click on the bell button so you can get notification whenever I drop a new video. Thank you. Alright guys, in this new stage, we'll be writing our JavaScript. But come to think of it, we already have everything we need. So why do we need JavaScript? This looks beautiful already. But if you notice something, when you click on this increment, nothing changes. See, still 0, nothing changes. When you click on save, well, you don't have anything written, so nothing's going to save. We don't have anything here, so it's just blank, just a bunch of design, nothing, there's no function, nothing is happening in the background. So this is what we're going to be doing in the JavaScript. So I want you guys to sit, watch, and learn. And at the same time, I want you guys to be practicing with me. The first thing we are going to do is to create a JavaScript file. And how do we create a JavaScript file? I think by now you should know how to create a file with your mobile phone. So first thing you're going to do is create new file. Name it index.js. You can name it anything you like, but for the sake of this project, I am naming it index.js. So create it, JS JavaScript. But we can't just start writing things in our JavaScript in the index.js. We need to link it to our HTML. And how do we do this? We pass a script. And how do we pass a script? We do it this way. We say script. Can you see? And in our script, we'll say source, our src is equal to, is what? Is index.js. Can you see? Now, what do we have to do? Close our script. Okay, we have this. Can you see? As simple as that. Can you see? Okay, now the next thing we are going to do is the increment. How do we make the increment count? Can you think of how you can make the increment count? And the only thing we can do to make the increment count is this. We'll go to our JavaScript and make use of this ID, increment btn. Now let's go. So this ID, increment btn, let's say, let's count. No, we don't need it yet. We don't need the increments yet. Let's go. This is what we want to be changing, right? We want to be changing this 0. So whenever we click on this increment, this 0 will start turning to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and so on. So let's go. Now let's say, let's count equals to document dot get elements by ID. You know, I want to tell you this thing too. Whenever you are writing a JavaScript code, whenever you have something like this, always make sure that the first letter is a capital letter. Then when you want to write something else next, I mean another word following the letter, it's, you know, you're not giving it space. Make sure that the next word starts with capital letter and the word that follows it starts with capital letter. Just like get element capital letter E by capital letter B, ID capital letter I. Then we have, what do we have as our ID? We have count L, then let's say count L. So we have count L. Now we can easily say let's the counts equals to 0, right? Then count equals to 0, we can easily say pass function. Let's pass our function. Then we say function increments. Wait, increments. This is annoying. Okay, increments. We have this. Okay, we have function increments. The counts. This function will tell us, okay, the counts, for you to be able to increase it, this is a simple mathematics. Let's do it together. The counts. Then we have, what do we have here? We have equals to 0 plus 1. Are you getting me? 0 plus 1. Now, let's do this. Then we will say, we can say, if we say count equals to 1, then whenever we call out this function, increments, our count, the count we have here will always be 1 whenever we call out the function. But we don't want to do that here, okay? Since let's not stress ourselves over it. Then we have this one. And another way to do this, instead of just saying the count equals to 1, we can always say count equals to plus 1. Are you getting me? 0 plus 1, but we don't want to do that either, okay? So let's say the counts, this one, let's say this one plus equals to 1. 1. Sorry, 1. So whenever we click on this, it will all okay, before we go, let's say counts. Now, for us to increase this count L to plus 1 whenever we click on the increment, we'll always say the counts. Let's say counts. We've passed the let's count equals to document.get element by id count L. We already have it L already. So we say count dot inner HTML. I'll teach you guys, no, inner test rather. Let's say inner test. Let's not use inner.html. Inner test. Yeah, I made a mistake here. I told you about it. The next word should always be what? Capital letter equals to the counts. Right? Where did we get the counts? We got the count from this, the count that we have here. Then it will now be the counts. Now, but let's not stop there. What if you're on your PC, your laptop, or whatever it is? Then we can say, okay, console.log, because I always like to use it, console.log, but we don't need it because I don't think our browser supports it here. That will be counts.inner test. Are you getting me? Now, whenever we call this function, and the function is increment. Can you get it? Now, whenever we call this function, this count inner test will always be the count. Let's check if we can get something. See. Can you see? Can you see? It's 1. Let's go back. Change this to plus 2. Can you see? Can you see? But we were only able to call that function 1. Let me show you again in case you don't know. Let me show you again. Let's say we don't have the function. Let's say we don't have the function. If we don't have the function, see, back to 0. But what do? We can't just put it there. How do we call the function every time whenever we click it? Like, we can't just be calling the function like twice or 3 times or 4 times. We can't just be doing it. We need to be able to call the function by clicking a button. Then it will call the function. We can't just rely on the JavaScript to call the function without... We need a button. We need to be able to control it. We don't want it to control us. Are you getting my point now? Okay, for us to be able to control it and not it controlling us, then what do we need to do? We need to make use of the button. Are you getting my point? Now, let's go back to our... For us to be able to do it, we need to go back to our HTML. Now, which button are we using for this? Let's make use of our increment button. Now, give it some space. Okay, our increment button. This is what we're going to do. We'll say on click. Are you getting me? We'll say on click. Once we click on you, this is what you're going to be doing for us. On click. Whenever we click on you, you are going to be calling this particular function. And what is the function? The function is increment. Yes, that is the function we want it to be calling every time we click on this button. Now, let's go and check. Increment. Oh, it's not working yet. Why? We have on click. Yeah, it's correct. Let's go. Okay, increments. I made a mistake. Why am I always making this mistake of this increment? Okay. Let's go. Still, what's wrong? Increments. What mistake do we have here? Let's go and check. Yes, we can always make mistakes. Okay, the counts plus equals to counts.inner dots. Okay. What mistake do we have here? Sorry. Plus 1. Sorry guys. So we have this. Let's see again. Can you see? Can you see? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and so on. Okay, now we have it counting now. But why? We are just counting it and it's not going back. What if we want to clear it and we want to return it back to 0? Yeah. How do we do it? This is still controlling us. It's telling, okay, I can't go back. We have to refresh it. No, I don't want us to do that. I want us to be able to save it. And when we save it, it comes to this place. Yeah, it comes here to this previous entry. And whenever we click on the save, we want this to go back to 0. Are you getting my point? Now let's go back. Yes, we have to be able to control it. We've gone back to it. We can do this in our JavaScript, right? That is when we are going to be making use of this save button. Now let's take note of we have the ID. Okay, fine. I don't want us to stress ourselves. Okay, we need this previous entry. button. We don't even need it yet. We don't need it yet. Yes, we need it actually, because that is where we are going to be saving it. Okay, now let's go. Let's see. What did we do the other time? We said let's count equals to what? Documents dot get element, capital letter, by ID. Are you getting my point? Then we have this. Then this. We have save L. I can remember save L was our ID then. L. Let me show you guys in case you've forgotten. We have save L because this is where we will be saving our what? Our results. Are you getting my point? This is where we are going to be saving our results. So save L is what we have. Now, let's go back to it. When we go back to it, we have get document.get element by ID, save L. What we are going to do is use another function. Function. Well, I like function. Although you can, well, I like function. Save. Save. Okay. Now that we have save, let's make this work. Okay. Now, what do we have here? We have save. No, sorry, I made a mistake. It shouldn't be count. It should be saved, right? Or you can call it save. Let's make it saved. Okay. Saved. Sorry. Okay, saved. Now, what do we need to be having in our saved? We need to be having our saved. We'll have saved dot inner text. Sorry, another mistake. Text space for us to be able to have space, because if we don't have this one, we won't. Let's not even stress ourselves. Okay, let's make it the count. Are you getting me? Now we say saved this equals to the count. Now let's go back. Let's go to the button. Just like we did the other time, we need something. We need to pass that function to our button. So what do we have again? I think you should be able to know what we are going to do next. Let's go back to the button. Then we'll say on click. Again, on click. Once I click you, this is what you're going to be doing for me. Are you getting me? This is what you're going to be doing for me. On click. Then we have, all the way up, we have saved. Right? No, save. I don't want to use that name twice. Let's just save, please. Let's make this, no, save. We've just saved here. Let's just make this one save. Please, I'm sorry. Please correct it. Saved. Save rather. Let's make this one save. And when you make it save, you say, go back, go here. Then increment, save. Can you see what happened? Increment, save. Can you see what is happening? Increment, save. But no, I don't want this. Are you getting me? I don't want like the way it's clearing everything, and whenever I increase it, it's still giving me this. It doesn't disappear, not. I can't even rub it off. It's just like this. So let's go back and correct that. What are we going to do? We are going to do this. Yeah, we have control over this. Here, the save, the count is now 0. Once we click it, we are turning the count back to 0. Are you getting me? Let's go back and check. We have, let's say, okay, increment, save. 3. Still giving us. Okay, now it's starting. Can you see? 6. Then when you click on increment again, it starts from the beginning again. This Are you getting me? Yes. But notice something. Once you click on it, it doesn't rub it off and give you 0. Yeah, it doesn't rub it off. We need it to rub it off completely and give us 0 up here. So what do? Let's go back to our JavaScript. Now when we're back to our JavaScript, let's say this 0, we'll pass it here now. Count what we are seeing there. Dot inner inner text. Equals to 0. Yes, we have control over this. Equals to 0. Let's go back. Then we have C. Increment, 0. Can you see? 0. We have 0. Increment again. 0. Let's go up to 10. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 0. But we don't want it the way it is here. We want to be able to add what we have there and keep increasing the number. So what do? Let's go back to our JavaScript. Yeah, we can get it. So for our JavaScript, this is what we are going to be doing. First of all, we'll say we need space. Plus the counts plus another this. We need this. All right, good. Now that we have this, yeah, good. Now that we have this, what are we going to have? Increment, save it. Increment, save it. Increment, save. See, nothing is changing. We are still losing it, okay? But what can we do? This is what we can do. Go back. When you go back, you say this one plus this. We can actually say plus. No, it's okay. Let's make it plus this. Can you see what this little plus is going to do? Let's go. I confirm. Increment, save. That means what we have there before, it's retaining it and adding something else. Are you getting me here? And adding something else. Now, increment, save. Can you see? Increment, save. Can you see what is happening here? Increment, save. Are we not good? Of course we are. We've done something cool. And trust me, I so much love it. I don't know about you. I love it so much. See, this looks so cool. Increment. So this is more like you have a calculator that you're working on and you can count the number of people and you save it. Yeah, it's fun. Maybe not something big, but at least you know that, okay, you did it yourself. Okay, you can do it on your own, or maybe when you're with people. You can do it alone. Okay, so be proud. But there is still one more thing I would like us to do. You see, this thing is up here. I want to bring it to this middle. I don't want this thing up there. Let's bring it to this middle. So to do that, let's go back to our JavaScript. No, before we go to our CSS, let's work on this JavaScript to do that. Now, first we're going to do is give it a div. You understand? Let's give it a div. Class name, class will be, well, are we going to name the class? The class will be, let's call it body. Or so as not to confuse you, let's say O body. Yes, let's call it O body. So we have the class is here. Then let's close our elements. We have we have div. Yes, all we have is div. Now that we have the div, I hope you guys are enjoying this, because I would like to you, I'm enjoying myself. Now we are going to CSS. Now the next thing is to go to our CSS. Here, after this, well, you can write it any way you like, but I'll prefer to write it here. I'll say whole body, body. Now that we have the whole body, let's say the position is absolute. Let's call the position absolute, right? The position is absolute. Then we have, although the app is working, it's fine now. I just want to, do something with the way it looks. The position is absolutely top. Let's make the top 50%. Okay. So in case you are being asked anywhere, be it in an interview or whatever it is you go, to center a div, this is how you can center a div. Okay, simple and easy. This is how you can center a div. Whenever you have the interview, you can always come to this video and see it. Then transform. When you say the transform, translate. When you translate, give it a bracket. You say -50%. -50%, comma, then another -50%. 50%. So is our percentage. Yes, I'm excited. I don't know if you are. I am. Okay, we have this. Now let's go back to check. Wow, look at how beautiful it looks. I love this. Now everything is still working perfectly. Save it. Yes. Now save it. Now save it. This is nice. Okay, yeah, we are done with this. I think this simple app, now you can easily do it on your own, and if you like, you can do so many things with it. You see this button, you can increase it, you can make it larger. You see this, you can actually make it larger. This, whatever it is, you can change the color, do anything. You can even change the background image, whatever you like. It's just now. And also again, guys, don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel, and of course, like, comment, let me know what you want me to do. Talk to me. What do you want me to change? What are you facing? What are the difficulties you're facing? Let me know. I'll correct them. I'll explain to you. I'll help you out with it. Okay, just talk and share this video. Let people see it. Okay, thank you.